This will be for the con exercise, rewrite exponential expressions. What is the value of a when we rewrite 3 to the power of x as a to the power of 5x? Okay, your best bet in these type of problems is to just set them equal to each other and then solve for a. All right, so we're going to do 3 to the power of x, and that equals a to the power of 5x. Okay, and we can raise both sides of this equal sign to the same exponent. So if we're solving for a, if we take a to the 5x, we take that whole thing and raise that to the power of 1 over 5x, the 5x over the 5x is going to cancel. Okay, so we want to take this exponent and do the same thing to the 3x. Okay, raise it to the power of 1 over 5x. All right, so on the left-hand side, and let me just fix this so you can see it a little better. That 3 is raised to the power of x, and then that's raised to the power of 1 over 5x. When you have something with an exponent raised to another exponent, you just multiply the exponents. All right, so we have a 3, x divided by 5x. Well, the x's cancel, and we're left with 3 to the 1/5. And on the right-hand side, 5x over 5x cancels, and you're just left with a to the 1st power. Okay, so that's basically it. A equals 3 to the 1/5. Okay, nothing you can really do with that. You can't take the 5th root of 3, so you leave it as such. All right, I didn't realize this was multiple choice. Let's see, 3 to the 1/5. Bingo, answer D. What is the value of a when we rewrite this equation right here as a times 2 over 3 to the x? Again, we're just going to set them equal to each other. All right, rather than rewrite this whole thing, I'm just going to set this here equal to this right here. So I'm going to put an equal sign right here. So I just made these expressions equivalent, and they want us to find the value of a. So I'm just going to solve for a. Okay, since I have a times 2/3 to the power of x, I'm just going to divide both sides by 2/3 to the power of x. Okay, I'm going to do that over here on the left as well. You do the same thing to both sides. On the right-hand side, 2/3 to the x divided by 2/3 to the x cancels. And on the left-hand side, we have a common denominator. So each of these terms are divided by this. Since 2/3 matches 2/3, we can just subtract the exponents going down. Okay, so we have 2/3. And this exponent is going to be x plus 4 minus x. So this is x plus 4 minus x. Okay, I'm just subtracting the exponents. And then I have a negative sign here, and that's going to be 2/3 x divided by 2/3 x. Well, the same thing over itself is just 1. Okay, so this is minus 1. All right, and now we have 2/3 x plus 4 minus x. Well, x minus x cancels, and we have 2/3 to the power of 4. And that is minus 1. Since this is multiple choice, let me check the answers and see if this is one of the answers. If not, we'll just simplify it further. But this is 2/3 to the 4th power minus 1. Let's check. Okay, this one is not multiple choice. I think I'm just going to have to simplify this. So when you have a fraction to an exponent, that exponent gets applied to both the numerator and denominator. Okay, 2 to the 4th, You multiply 2 4 times, that's going to be 16. And if you multiply 3 4 times, that's going to be 81. Okay, so we have 16 over 81. And I'm going to convert the 1 to 81 over 1. So I have a common denominator here. Okay, so we have 16 over 81 minus 81 over 81. And let's see, 81 minus 16, that's going to be 71. Minus 6, that's going to be 65. So this is negative 65 over 81. Okay, and I don't think you can reduce that. So I hope they take it. If not, I'll check their answer and see what they really wanted. But let's see, negative 65 / 81. Okay, good. They took it. And I want to check their answer just to see what they did. Okay, so they wound up with the same answer. So I guess that's what they wanted. They wanted a constant term for the final answer. Okay, they want us to rewrite this fraction as f to the f of x. And they ask us, what is f of x, the exponent? So again, I'm just going to set these equal to each other and solve for f of x. Or at least I'll make these equivalent and see what the exponent is. Okay, I have an idea here. Before I set these equal, if we get this in the denominator to match the 5, we can just subtract the exponents going down. Okay, so we have 5 to the negative 4x plus 7. And I know that 125 is the equivalent of 5 to the third. So I'm going to rewrite the 125 as 5 to the third, and that is raised to the power of x. All right. So now same numerator, haven't changed it. Negative 4x, 5 to the negative 4x plus 7. And in the denominator, these exponents are just multiplied. Okay, so that's just 5 to the 3x. And now we're in business. Since we have the 5s matching, we can just subtract these exponents going down. Okay, so we have 5, and we have negative 4x plus 7. And that is minus 3x. Okay, and finally, we keep the 5. Negative 4x minus 3x is negative 7x, and we still have plus 7. Okay, and this would equal 5 to the power of f of x. Okay, so this time I set them equal at the end, and they're just asking us what f of x is. Clearly, if we match the exponents, we can see that f of x is the exponent, negative 7x plus 7. Final answer, because that's what they wanted in the box. All right, so just type negative 7x plus 7. All right, one more like this. These are multiple choice. Since we're rewriting this as this, I'm just going to set them equal to each other and solve for a. All right, so 4 to the power of 31x is just going to equal a to the x. All right, this is not bad at all. We just want to solve for a. So, in order to get rid of x, I am going to raise this to the power of 1 over x. Okay? And the reason is because when you do this, you just multiply the exponents, and x over x will just be 1. So I want to do the same to both sides, raise this to the power of 1 over x as well. Okay, so this whole thing is to the power of 1 over x. And now we just multiply the exponents. We have 4, 31x times 1 over x. The x's cancel, and that's going to be 4 to the power of 31. And x times 1 over x cancels, and that's just a to the first power. Okay, so basically a to the first power is the same thing as just plain old a. So that's your answer. 4 to the power of 31. Let's hope that's one of our choices. All right, 4 to the power of 31 is answer B.